Alrighty, Sean Middleton, and this is day three. Well, kind of day three. I started not to post this video because I felt that it might be a bad influence on anybody who actually watches this, which I don't think anybody's watching these yet. But when it gets to the point where somebody starts watching these, they're going to see that after on day three, Sean chickened out. And I was gonna say kind of sort of, but I really did. And it's not that I was afraid of knocking on the doors. It was more so I lost confidence in the way that I was presenting myself. Now, mind you, one thing that I felt that I did right was at least feel like sort of a warm individual, because I really did get conversations out of people. There was only one person, and I really can't even remember who they are, which probably shows how important our fears of getting the door slammed in our face or something is, because I really can't even remember the person who I had on the list that I've said was not very nice at all. But I do remember the good people. So put that in your toolbox. You probably won't remember the one person that isn't kind, because there's so many others that are. But anyway, I noticed yesterday. Here's a few things that I noticed after 24 hours have passed now. It's after 1 o'clock. I stopped at was at 12:30 yesterday, so it's been 24 hours now. But a few things that I did notice is when I knocked on the door, of course, everybody was kind of, halfway opening the door, and, really just were like, oh man, please say what you got to say and go. But what I did notice is when I immediately, the first thing I did was I put something in their hand. I felt like that bought me some time. Okay, I put a flyer in their hand and explained to them what the flyer was in like just one simple sentence. And then after I did that, and after I did that, they still really, you still had that energy in the air, like, okay, say what you're gonna say and get out, because some of them were actually trying to, close the door and whatnot. So what I started doing immediately after I give the flyer is I opened up my notebook and I showed them a copy of my license, and I let them know, look, I'm an actual licensed professional. This is, the state seal. Here's my license number. Here's my name, just to make them comfortable. And after I showed them my credentials, my license, then some of them actually stepped outside and wanted to talk to me then. So I'm noticing that people are automatically skeptical of you, probably because there's been so many door-to-door scams and stuff like that. But when they see that you are actually licensed by the state, then they start to listen a little bit. And one thing that I think is that what I talked about was too long, because you can see where they start to lose interest. But when I talked about the next thing, which was how I get people out of the situations that they're in, and I broke it down for them, they started paying attention. So what I am noticing is you really want to, at least you want to make that intro. You want to get past the bullshit, really. Okay, you just want to. You got to get to the attention first. First, show them your credentials. Okay. Second, get to the attention getter. Whatever's going to be the attention getter, get to that as fast as you can. Okay. Now, the problem is, and the reason why I didn't go out today, is because obviously I'm missing something. Because while the people listen, none of them let me inside the house. I didn't make any sales. And mind you, 8 people aren't a lot to talk to. But before, I was getting into 1 out of every 3 to 4 houses. Yesterday, I spoke to 8 or 10 people, and I didn't get inside any houses. So obviously I'm missing something. And after just thinking about it, I really didn't sleep well last night. because I just kept thinking about, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? And what I noticed is that while I spoke about, the issues that I was trying to solve, I really didn't give anything but the benefit of me solving that problem. You understand? And what I mean by the benefit of me solving that problem, let's say, okay, you've got let's say cars, for example. Let's say, okay, some cars are lemons, but I also sell cars, and those aren't lemons. I mean, that's the gist of, what I was saying. But, a car salesman is going to elaborate, more on some things. He might ask you a question like, okay, what is it that you're looking for a vehicle? Do you want four-wheel drive, or do you want two-wheel drive? Do you want stick shift, or do you want automatic? Are you concerned with space and room and size, or are you more concerned about gas mileage? You know what I'm saying? I didn't put any of those toppings on top of the benefit. So I think that, for one, I need to go ahead and find a way, and I will find a way to get to the meat of, what it is that I'm offering, but also quickly find out what it is that would interest them most in the product and service that I offer, and go ahead and let them know, how I can meet or exceed those expectations. That's the approach that I'm going to try tomorrow, because I'm going back out tomorrow. So I'm working on the approach. I'm working on internalizing it. And tomorrow I'm going to go and I'm going to test it out. But again, just to elaborate on, just what I discovered again yesterday, just from yesterday's observation now. And mind you, I'm not a professional guru, or sales guru. I don't know everything about sales. I've watched probably the same videos that you have, but I'm just basically going off my experiences. And my experience this time around, want to get to the point of, why you're there and what you do and how it can benefit them as soon as possible. Get to that attention getter as soon as possible. And after you get to that attention getter, hopefully you've collected some information on what it is that would excite them about whatever it is that you offer, and elaborate on that. So hopefully when I make those changes, that'll be something that helps me get in the house. So today, working on it. Tomorrow, putting it to the test, making another video. See you on the next one.